Hello and welcome to the next episode of Anime Territory. This week we are covering the show Terror in Resonance. I am joined, like always, with my co-host Benjamin Shabs. Ben, how do you feel about this show? What are your thoughts?
It was good. You forgot to introduce yourself, though.
I'm Johnny. Whatever.
Okay.
The two people listening to this know us by now, right?
So I was not expecting that clap sync. Threw me off.
Well, you're recording yours again, right? So we need the clap sync, just in case we need to use your audio.
How come you didn't? How come I couldn't clap this time?
You could have. I gave you a full second.
I didn't know we were doing it.
We did 11 seconds of silence instead of 10. If you used your noggin, you'd have known that.
I forgot. It's been 2 weeks.
Okay. So we're just going to jump straight into the show. We're not going to do an opening thing this week. We might be moving those towards the end anyway, just so that we get straight into the show content, the stuff we put on the episode title. So, Terror in Resonance, directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, available for streaming on Funimation.
That's where we watched it.
And no, it wasn't on Amazon. I looked for there. I thought I found it somewhere else, but no, I think it was just Funimation. So, general thoughts, impressions. Did you like this show? Did you not like it?
I liked it. I wouldn't say loved it. And there are some things I guess I don't like about it, or would have not done if it was me.
You would have done things differently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the thing is I have a couple of small issues with it, but overall it is very good.
Yes. And there are some very, very top-notch scenes.
Yes.
Which, surprisingly, after we decided to do this episode, I've just been seeing, anime GIFs show up on Reddit. And it's like, I know you're not listening to the show because nobody's listening to the show. What is going on here?
Because we watched it and immediately I've probably seen 5 posts about the show in some way. So whether it be videos or GIFs or something.
Is it an anniversary? Is we are nearing the time when it was normally watched? Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
The summer show back in the day?
I can look it up right quick if you want to banter.
No, I don't want to banter. I like this show. I guess I'll give my thoughts. I like this show. It's probably one of my least favorite Shinichiro Watanabe works. But very beautiful. There's some things in the art direction I thought was the characters are a little pale, but they look kind of sickly at times with how pale they are, or like zombies or something.
I don't know if I'd say that. I don't know. I guess I didn't notice it.
I like the characters.
Originally ran in July 10th.
Oh, so we're getting close. It'd be, by the time this releases, it'll be 5 days away from the
July
anniversary.
of 2014 is when it started to air.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the show back when it was, maybe not when it was originally airing, but maybe shortly after it aired. And you've never seen it before, though,
nope,
right?
Never seen it.
Okay. Do you want to jump into what you would change, or should we do some episode synopses here, kind of give the overview of what the show's about?
My changes kind of deal with characters, so we might want to maybe discuss it a little bit before diving into that.
Okay. Well, if we get to a part in the episode where this is one of the things where I wanted to change something, feel free to jump in, or we can just save it till the end. I'll let you decide.
But as a whole, I think it's very well made. Looks really good. Music's great. It's just, again, there's some plot points or storylines that I wasn't a fan of, I guess. So
yeah. Well, I mean, if we want to start spoilers now.
Okay, I guess.
I like happy endings, and this wasn't necessarily a happy ending.
No, it wasn't. I can go either way.
I can respect a sad ending. I can respect one, but I mean, I'm always going to wish for more.
I always lean towards wanting a happy ending, but sometimes it's you know what?
The choice was made, and it was all the better for it.
I'm okay with this. Yeah. This one I was okay with. Yeah. It makes sense.
Oh God, I'm gonna go off on a quick side tangent here.
Okay.
This is spoilers for Clannad and Clannad After Story.
Why are you talking about Clannad?
Spoiler warning for Clannad and Clannad After Story. Skip to 6 minutes and 36 seconds in to avoid that spoiler. That show is all over the goddamn place.
Okay. I am aware of Clannad.
It is a roller coaster of emotion, and it ends on a happier note, but it really feels like a tacked on wish fulfillment happy ending. That's like the ending right before that where it was really sad is the real thing, but then they animated a redo of something that's just like, what this is this canon, or is this just bait for people to have wish fulfillment endings?
So that was an instance where you're like, just give me the bat or the
it's
sad
just
ending?
like don't jerk me around so much, alright?
Okay, I gotcha.
just
pick one.
If it's gonna be sad, let it be sad. Don't give me, if it's gonna be happy, don't give me you remember all the sad stuff that just happened? Well, didn't actually happen, or
it was all a dream.
I don't think it was a dream. I think it was like literally they introduced a supernatural element where they're just like, you know how like your wife died giving birth to your child, and then you're a terrible father for 5 years, and you're finally reconnecting with your child, and then she dies? Nah, none of that happened. Your wife didn't die when she gave birth. What? God. So
time travel.
I guess. I mean, there was like, I guess there was some supernatural stuff in the first part of the original show. There was like a ghost girl or something, but
ghost.
Yeah, ghost girl. But like most of the show is not supernatural based. It's just like a drama, and it's like, you're gonna throw this on, and I'm gonna be like, that's not real, right? Like, that's not a real thing.
To be fair, I don't think Terror Resonance did that. No. It's not like a...
No. They didn't pull the rug out from under me like that. So, spoilers over at... Well, on our record time, it's 6 minutes, 40 seconds. I'll make a note of when the spoilers end and throw it in at the beginning of the... Or not the beginning of the show, when we're about to go into spoilers. So people can skip.
That show's like 20 years old. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, most people that are going to watch it are going to watch it or read the visual novel or whatever. You were never planning on watching Clannad, were you?
I know what happens, though, just because of things.
So, okay.
I know Clannad is sad.
Yes. Clannad is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Special After Story is a roller coaster. Yeah. It's also very, like canonically, the main characters have had sex because they have a daughter, but you never even see them kiss or like acknowledge their feelings for each other on screen. Fine. It's just like I guess they're together now. It's like I kept waiting for the scene where it's like, this is definitively where they get together, and it's like, no, they just kind of moved in out of circumstance, and it's like, all right, we got to stop talking about Clannad. We gotta.
You gotta stop. I haven't said anything.
Okay, so Terror and Resonance. I'm gonna try to let you talk about the episodes without butting in too much, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay, so episode 1, we start out literally with a heist. These two guys go to a nuclear power plant and steal with some sort of, I called it reactor. I guess spoilers, it turns out, well, we're told that it was plutonium.
Yes. So I think it was, I don't know if it was a full-on nuclear reactor, but it was it was
just a ball.
I don't know if it was a nuclear power plant that they were at. Okay. It was like nuclear fuel reprocessing. Yeah. So I don't think it was the power plant. I think it was a facility to
anyways,
use the runoff.
They steal what we're told is plutonium. Just two dudes. They write the words VON.
Yep.
And then we cut to 6 months later to two dudes transferring to a high school. They have fake names, but they refer to themselves as 9 and 12.
Yep.
While we do that, we are introduced to another character named Lisa. Lisa is a very, what seems to be quiet and like bullied girl. Yeah. Go there. Number 12 kind of talks to her and kind of gets to know her a little bit.
Yeah, like some girls are trying to like force her into a pool while she was fully clothed, and then 12 was like, hey, it's a hot day out, I'll jump into a pool fully clothed, and then like jumps off of a roof into the pool, and then it's just kind of him putting on that display kind of like stopped her from like she could get away from it sort of thing.
So that happens. We kind of go through the two characters again, 9 and 12, kind of They're being a little weird. I kind
being
of forget.
sus.
They're being sus. Some things happen, and then we cut to what looks to be like a school trip.
Yes.
To a government, what they say is a government building. Doesn't look like a government building, but apparently that's what it was.
It was a skyscraper, but
yeah.
Definitely, they said it was a government building. Mm-hmm. So that's what government buildings look like in Japan these days.
So, I guess we're also introduced to Sphinx, or the video. Do we have the video before that?
Sphinx.
Sorry.
It's got the hard P. They make a note of that so that it's
in Japanese. I didn't catch that.
They say they pronounce it the Greek way instead of the Egyptian way. Okay. So it's not Sphinx with an F. It's Sphinx with a P sound. Gotcha.
So we're introduced to Sphinx. They're like a low-key terrorist group. They make a threat.
Yep.
Some sort of like riddles. Something about blotting out the sun.
Yeah. There's gonna be darkness after 3:00. Yeah. We get introduced to that through the eyes of two people working in the Metropolitan Police Department record group.
Yes, in archives.
One of them is a former detective named Shibazaki. I do not remember the other guy's name. I just thought of him as like, hey, this is the guy that looks like me.
Yeah, we'll call him Johnny.
Yeah, sure. Call him Ben because we look pretty similar.
He's more of a Johnny.
Whatever.
So anyways, we're at the office building. The power goes out, so everybody's evacuated. Fire alarm goes off as well.
Yep.
So everybody else is evacuated. And then when that happens, 9 and 12 start setting up bombs in the form of teddy dolls or teddy bears.
Fire alarm isn't until later.
Okay.
The fire alarm is after they set up all the bombs in the forms of the teddy bears.
Okay.
Because the water from the fire alarm causes a reaction with some of the chemical fires that they started. Mm-hmm.
But anyways, while they do that, Lisa was in the bathroom having like a panic attack.
Yep.
She walks out and runs into 12 while he's setting it up, and he gives her a bomb.
Yep. It's plush, like, hold on to this.
Yeah. And then as they are about... Well, they set it off. So they set off the bombs.
Except for the one that Lisa is holding.
Yeah. And building blows up. Or part of the building.
Yep.
And then they call Lisa somehow. And then
I'm sure they're just like, they're smart enough to like hack to get her phone number.
And they tell her that what you're holding is a bomb. You can be our accomplice or you can die. So she becomes an accomplice. She says she
doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
That's not that she wants to become an accomplice.
She doesn't die, so she's an accomplice.
Yep.
She sets the bomb down, it goes off, and then 12 saves her. She does a superhero landing off a bridge or something.
Yeah. She jumps off and he catches her, and then they ride a motorcycle away.
Yep.
And then 9 is like, you're an accomplice now.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
Or else you'll be arrested or something.
You'll get in trouble too for helping. So,
and that's basically episode 1, right?
Yeah, that's episode 1.
Boom. So episode 2, we get some police stuff at the beginning, describing everything that happens. They go through all the evidence, and they link the bombing to Sphinx, like we said. Yep. Also, they're able to link Sphinx with the plutonium, the very beginning scene, because they put VON on a bomb, on one of the bombs, which they were able to recreate or...
Yeah, they said one of the bombs was TNT. It's like that. And they know enough about TNT to be able to know what the blast would look like.
It's like that Dark Knight scene where, like, Bruce Wayne shoots the bullet and then he's able to pull a fingerprint off the bullet.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense, but whatever. It's kind of like that.
They were able, like, this is what... We know how TNT explosions work, so with the shrapnel that we found, we can put it back together. And then
on that bomb, they had VON. So they've linked Sphinx with the bombing, so they know it's not an accident.
But at that part, that's never made public that
yes,
that was linked to that. So
then Sphinx leaves a riddle for the police. That riddle is based on the Oedipus story.
Yeah, so the riddle of the Sphinx, which is typically, and this is what's brought up in the show too, it's typically what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, 3 legs in the evening. And the answer is man, because you crawl and then you walk, and then an old person will walk with a cane. That's the typical riddle. So they're trying to use
there's a flaw in that riddle.
Yeah, but the riddle that Sphinx gives is what walks on 2 legs in the morning, 4 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening.
Is that what was different about it?
Yeah, it was 2, 4, 3.
I thought the only difference was that it was they were thinking of the actual, what do you call that, story when there's like an alternative answer.
Well, there is an alternative story.
Okay.
But the alternative story has that same riddle 4, 2, 2,
but
4,
a different answer, kind of. Oh, but the
alternate story has a different answer and a different question.
Oh, okay. So I thought the question was the same.
The different question is what Sphinx gave. Which the answer to that riddle is Oedipus himself, because at first he was a man, and then spoilers alert for the story of Oedipus. When he has sex with his mom, he becomes a beast. And when he kills his father and has sex with his mom, he becomes no better than a beast. So he is a 4-legged creature at that point. And then finally, Oedipus is blind and he has to use a cane to walk around. So the answer to the riddle is Oedipus himself instead of mankind.
Yes.
That police detective we mentioned before, Shibazaki, he was able to figure it out. A little too late. Bomb still went off, blew up a police department building.
Yeah, so they blew up a police station. Yeah, it was a police station.
Yeah.
But nobody was hurt because it was all evacuated.
And the one thing that should be noted, nobody was hurt in the other bombing either, because they were all evacuated from the power outage beforehand and the fire alarm beforehand. So far, no deaths, 2 bombings, and it's the plutonium steal.
Yeah. Also, I think in this part, Shibazaki officially becomes lead detective of the case, or he's part of the case.
Yeah, either that happens at the end of the episode or the beginning of the next episode, but Shibazaki is brought out of where he was hiding out in archives, because he made waves 15 years ago, and he tried to uncover some government officials of a conspiracy or a
cover up. Sorry, Mount Rushmore.
Ben, these people have not watched National Treasure with us. They don't know that when we say a Mount Rushmore, we mean a cover up.
Well, now they know.
Mount
Rushmore, it means cover up.
Yes.
Mount Rushmore was a cover up.
No, Mount Rushmore was a Mount Rushmore. National Treasure.
Yeah, but anyways, Shibazaki is on the case, basically.
Yeah.
So, Sphinx, who I guess now 9 and 12 are Sphinx.
Yeah.
In case we didn't catch that.
It was super obvious the first time they showed up. It was
our main characters are Sphinx. Yeah. So, they give the police another riddle. It's still based on the Oedipus riddle, but now it's combining Chinese and mythology.
They were I don't remember the exact riddle here, but it was
something with a dragon, or
something with the dragons
walking, something like that.
Yeah, but it was Oedipus had a club foot at one point, he walked with a limp.
This Chinese or Japanese deity was known to have a club foot. So.
Yeah, and he was the descendant of a dragon or something. So they combined all 3 of those things, and they were able to get it figured out, and they were able to get the bomb squad over there before the bomb went off. So Shibazaki solves the case.
Yep.
Gets that one figured out.
Police know that Sphinx stole this plutonium.
Yeah.
We've already known that, but now we're
12
that the police know now.
Yeah, 9 and 12 are there are hazmat suits mixed in with those bomb suits. I think they're aware.
Yeah.
That the plutonium is linked to us. They're still not 100%, but they're okay, they're for sure.
Also in this episode, Lisa runs away from home because she has a bad relationship with her mom, and her dad left.
Yeah, her dad left a long time ago. Her mom was are you going to leave me like your dad was? And is very possessive of her.
Overprotective, maybe abusive.
Quite possibly just not all there. Yeah. Put it in the kindest terms I can think of. I don't know if there's anything official, but it's just her behavior is erratic.
Okay. Next episode, I wrote a lot of tangent notes, but they get another riddle. Again, Shibazaki solves it. He was the answer this time.
Yeah, it was something like, how well do you know yourself or something?
I don't know.
So he thought, well, maybe the answer is Oedipus. No, maybe it's this. He was trying out a few things. And then they specifically said, like, no cheating on this.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the police department is like, hey, we caught him on camera. We know what building the bomb is in. We're going to go. And Shibazaki is like, I'm going to stick here and try to... It's like, why are you even trying to solve that? It's like, well, they told us not to cheat.
Yeah.
So he solves it before the bomb goes off. And they're like, yeah, well, no cheating, though. He's like, I'm not cheating. He's like, yeah, but these people are. But this time, the bomb is not a regular bomb.
It's not a regular bomb. It is a...
Truth bomb.
Truth bomb. So all of the investigation reports that we have as of now for this case were leaked online.
Yes. Did they leak this stuff about the plutonium linkage too, or did they hold that back?
I assume they leaked everything.
Okay. I don't remember if they held that back.
I wasn't paying attention. But
they definitely linked all the police cases. I think they did because it was like whoa, wait a minute. You guys didn't tell us it was linked to this?
Yeah.
You know, it's the public safety. Like, there could be a nuclear bomb in one of these.
But some of the tangent notes. You can buy a bomb from the government as long as you get the permits for it.
Yeah, for like construction.
Because they were like, how do they get this stuff? It's like, oh, you can just buy it.
Yeah.
If you get approval from the government, you can just buy it.
Yeah, and then it's like, here's records, some stolen credit cards from Russia, and
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Also, one point phrase, riddles, bombs, and plutonium were said.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, we decided that's a good album name.
It's a good album title. Yeah.
Riddles, bombs, and plutonium.
It kind of makes me think of this is a movie title, but it kind of makes me think of Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Love the Atomic Bomb. It makes me think of that.
Stop worrying, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know. But it makes me think of that every time I say it.
Last note is that motorcycle scene towards the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
The end of the episode.
Yeah, that scene is famous.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you've ever seen a scene where two people are riding on a motorcycle and there's like English
song,
like soft rock playing to it.
I got the song. The song is called Is, and it features pop, etc. But I think it's exclusively on the soundtrack, so it's not like a.
It's not like what they did in Eden of the East, where they took a lesser known,
or like just a random song and put it in. This is like
it was made for this scene.
Yeah, from what I can see, or from what I saw.
Beautiful scene.
But it's beautiful scene.
If you've hung out on the anime side of Reddit,
you've
probably seen this scene.
I think I saw this scene yesterday.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I'm like, hey, it's that scene. Damn, that's still a good scene.
It is a fantastic scene. It's just perfect. Yeah. That's perfect directing.
Yeah, so basically, we mentioned episode 3 that Lisa ran away from home. Mm-hmm. Episode 4, she's like approached by a police officer.
She's like not drifting, what do you call it? She's homeless, basically.
Yeah.
She's like moving around, sleeping in parks and stuff.
Yeah. But then 12 shows up. He's been tracking her like this whole time.
Yeah. There's like a tracker on her phone.
But I mean, like, she's also has information on them and
that's true.
That they're bombers. So it's like okay, yeah.
Nana's like, you probably shouldn't like go to her or anything.
Don't go to her. It's going to be worse off for her if she gets involved with that. She's not one of us. And then, but he's like, he rescues her. They kind of got a thing.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that thing. Okay. So we get into. Well, no, we should save ship of the week towards the end.
Okay. There's not a whole lot of.
There's 2.
There's 2. There's like 1.
There's 2.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I think I know what the other one is, but I don't want to say it.
Technically, I think at one point we see Shibazaki's wife, so 3.
That doesn't count. They're already shipped.
Hey, man, just because the ship is sailing doesn't mean it's not a ship.
Whatever.
Just because the ship is left port doesn't make it not a ship, man.
All right. So that was episode 4. Episode 5. I don't have a lot written down, so you might have to do episode 5.
So I have 2 words written down for episode 5. Episode 5, I have written down Enter 5.
Okay.
So luckily for you, I kind of remember what happens. So there's another riddle.
Mm-hmm.
This time they put a bomb on a train car or a subway car or something. Mm-hmm. They deliberately made the riddle easy. Shibazaki solves it like right away.
Yeah.
But there is a U.S. FBI consultant who's kind of taken charge of the case. Mm-hmm. And he is accompanied by a lady with like pure white hair.
Yes.
Who I believe they refer to as 5 at this
I think
episode.
They gave her a fake name. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they gave her a fake name and said she was a researcher.
Yeah. I don't think the people call her 5 though. I
thought the one FBI guy called her 5.
Maybe Clarence.
Yeah, I think Clarence called her 5.
Is it just me, or is like every American character in a Japanese anime is called Clarence?
Is that?
Am I just thinking that?
I think you're just thinking that.
Okay.
Clarence is the name of my grandpa.
Cool.
Anyway, so 5. We learned from. At least towards the end of the episode, we learned from 9 and 12 that it's like, okay, 5 is here.
Yeah.
At this point, do we really know why 9 and 12 have the numbers 9 and 12 and why 5 is number 5?
I think so.
So at some point around this time, we learn that, or we get hints that 9, 5, and 12 all grew up in like a government facility.
Orphanage /
test subject things. They were like, they show them as kids like putting together puzzles that are pure white.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think we get the full information on it until closer to the end. But it's like 5, when 9 and 12 ran away, 5 was running away with them, but didn't make it.
Yes.
And then I think we actually learned that she decides not to go, like she turns back.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But it's like she's got this rivalry with 9.
Specifically 9, yeah.
Yeah, specifically 9. She's like, if they basically they say like 5 is here and she wants to continue the game from where it left off.
Yeah, with 9.
But basically they made the riddle easy so that the police could get everybody out and stop the bomb and nobody would get hurt. And then they could continue with their bombings. They have a reason for these bombings.
They have a plan.
Yes. And they want them to be stopped. They don't want people to be hurt. Mm-hmm. But then Shibazaki is told, hey, we're off of this. Special crimes or whatever is on this case. Yeah. And then there's no movement. 9 and 5 are like...
9 and 12.
Sorry, 9 and 12 are like, okay, something's going on here. They haven't gotten it. We made this one easy on purpose. Shibazaki should have gotten it.
And then he's trying to find an answer, and then like his computer gets hacked.
Yeah, he's like, okay, we have to stop this ourselves here, otherwise we'll become mass murderers. Yeah. And then they're trying to like, okay, it should be on this train car, and they're trying to track where it would be at this point, and their computer gets hacked, and it's like, it's going to be one of these 20 train cars or whatever. Yeah. So like 12 goes out to try to track it down. 9, like, he doesn't like counter hack, but he
finds out.
He gets a different laptop out. Yeah. He's able to like access it from a different way. And he's like, this is the one. I'm actually closer.
Yeah.
He throws a smoke grenade into the crowd. He runs to the subway station, throws a smoke grenade in the crowd to get everybody out. There's one person in there who's like wearing like headphones and doesn't realize what's going on. He like forces her out, but he gets hurt in the explosion, but not hurt enough that he can't get away.
Yeah.
And then he gets a message from 5 saying, I found you, the game continues. So it was basically, the reason they didn't stop that is the interference from 5 and the FBI to try to draw out 9 and 12, because they know at this point that 9 and 12 don't want to hurt anybody, so it's their best bet.
Yeah. And again, in this bombing, nobody dies, but there were a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Lisa is living with them.
So
she's
now,
bad at cooking food.
Yeah. But now, basically, Spink's got a bad rap now because of the bomb now.
Still didn't kill anybody, but there are more people severely injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got
it tarnishes them a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're terrorists.
Yeah.
So, episode 6, we officially know that the FBI is taking over. It's become a game between 5 and 9/12.
Yep.
12 doesn't do much.
12 is like, he's like a lieutenant.
So now 5 basically pretends to be Spinks. She, like, gives this fake puzzle / riddle to the cops.
She does like a text instead of a video.
Yeah. It's like Julius Caesar's in Egypt or something. It's like some sort of riddle.
It's a riddle to basically frame Spinks.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
So now it's become 9 and 12 now have to try to play this game with 5 to stop a bombing that she started.
So that they don't get blamed for it because she has no qualms about killing a bunch of people.
Yeah. I just wrote down Superintendent General because I thought that was funny. There's some Superintendent General.
That's an actual title, Ben.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
It's not Ralph Wiggum going Super Nintendo Chalmers, which is the peak of humor.
Gotcha. And then that's all I got written down, except for are the terrorists the good guys?
They go to they figure out the riddle. It's at an airport. They go to the airport. They bring Lisa with them as a third party whose face is an unknown factor to 5.
This is like episode 7.
No, this is towards the end of 6 as they start going to the airport. I wrote episode 6.
I guess they end at the airport on 6 on 6.
I wrote episode 6 as airport start. Episode 7 is airport end.
Okay.
So they get a message from 5. She like flashes stuff up on the monitors, and it's like a chess game between 5 and 9.
Yeah.
Where if he wins, he'll learn the location of the bomb or whatever. So 12 is there, and he's avoiding like security cameras and like stealing guard uniforms.
They also bring Lisa because nobody knows about her, so it's like
so she can cause a distraction at a key time.
Yeah.
She sets off like a smoke grenade in a bathroom. Mm-hmm. We're kind of blending into 7 here because this is like a two-parter basically. So she creates a distraction.
Also, I think it's important that Shibazaki and like the other cops are told you're basically off this case.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Well,
we know it's at the airport."
Yeah, Shibazaki's like, "I'm gonna go get dinner," and he starts to take a company vehicle, and they're like, "You know, you can't use a company vehicle to go take dinner." But then, like, basically all of the other people that are like, hell yeah, we're not gonna let this train incident happen again. Yeah. There's something going on. They're stopping us from actually investigating this. So they're at the airport too. Lisa sets off the distraction. 12 is able to switch the security camera feeds from like 5 minutes ago or something because of the distraction. So that's how like 9 is able to get to where 5 is without her realizing it until it's too late. Mm-hmm. She like notices that the time on the thing is off from like a time on the clock in the background of one of the videos. But they're there. I don't know exactly what they do at that point. Well, there's like, a shootout.
There's a shootout. 9 gets away. Shibazaki shows up, but then 5 moves up to like the air control tower.
Yeah. She's
also, I think Clarence captures Lisa because they find her on the camera.
Yeah.
Showing that she's the one who caused the distraction.
Put Lisa on the plane.
Again, they did the chess thing where they're like showing random numbers like B7.
Yeah.
And moves. It's like, somebody else not noticed this? This is a fairly packed airport.
I mean, like, Shibazaki notices it. I think other people notice that there's like weird. And then they just go about it.
Like people, or like the airport staff would be like, "What the hell's going on? What's happening? We should get to the bottom of this."
Yeah. But then, Shibazaki actually asked the person who's putting it up on the screen when it's about, like, some guy from the cops told me to do it.
Oh,
you are from the cops, right? But 9 actually calls Shibazaki and says, like, hey, unless you get to the control tower and stop this, it's going to kill a bunch of people.
And it's not Spinks.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to have to work together to stop people from dying. Both of us don't want people to die for our current motives. So
we learn the bomb's on a plane. They put Lisa on that plane.
Yeah.
And they're going to basically move that plane remotely into like a terminal and blow it up and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah. That's Five's plan.
Yeah.
The plane is being started to get them out of hiding.
So
get them in a position where they can capture them.
Mm-hmm. So basically the plan is Shibazaki's going to try to break into that air control tower to stop the plane because Five's controlling it remotely, while 9 and 12 try to save Lisa from the plane.
Yes.
And it's a success.
Yeah, it's a success. They're able to stop it. 5 is furious. He tries to get Shibazaki fired. He gets put on indefinite suspension.
Basically fired.
Yeah. The other people that help, he gets his badge taken away. The other people that helped him get put on suspension. Mm-hmm.
So this is episode 8 now.
Yeah.
But the bomb does go off, but it just doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah, it's just on the runway.
Yeah, nothing happens. So episode 8, again, Shibazaki and the other cops are suspended. Shibazaki's indefinite, so he's basically fired. He basically says, it's like, I'm basically off the force now.
Yeah.
At some point, Shibazaki, I don't know if this is this episode or earlier, he basically connects the dots onto why they were targeting all those buildings.
Oh, yes.
They're all different people who are affiliated with this, I want to say cult, but it's like a commission or
it's like a Rotary Club.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But he finds out something called the Athena Plan.
Yes.
And then we learn more about that, I think, in later episodes. But we kind of got the gist of why 9 and 12 are doing it. And it has to do with this Athena Plan.
Yeah. And basically, they want to lead the detective, the Japanese police department, and the public.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a big enough thing that you can't just like hide this. Mm-hmm. You can't cover it up. But basically, it's like, this is... If we become the bad guys, they have to investigate us and find out our past and investigate why we're doing this. Which will lead them to this corrupt government facility that was doing experiments on children to try to increase their brain power and
create a super army or something.
Yeah, make human weapons out of them, super geniuses or whatever.
We get more of that later, but
this is
like
where a lot of stuff is explicitly
this is where we start getting the pieces.
Yeah.
This is where Shibazaki starts putting it together.
Yeah, so it's like, okay.
Anyways, 5 knows Lisa's identity now. So, beginning of episode 8, she basically sends a package to 9 and 12's apartment and blows it up.
Yep. Lisa makes it out.
Yep.
But she gets a package.
So they go to like a safe place. 9 blames Lisa for it all.
Yeah.
So Lisa thinks she's in the way, so she runs away and immediately gets captured by 5.
Yep.
That's all I've written down. If anything else happened.
All I have written down is Lisa gets captured.
Okay.
So I think there might be some stuff with Shibazaki and one of the other detectives investigating stuff. But basically, I mean, Shibazaki goes and finds somebody that was involved in it. That guy is like, I'm an old man. You got to be careful. Somebody else was investigating this a couple years ago and they're dead. I know. I'm just giving some Shibazaki stuff because I don't know exactly where it falls, but we can kind of wrap his stuff up.
Okay, so
and then he finds the person in charge of it. He's even older and even more sickly, and he basically uncovers the mystery, which is what 9 and 12 wanted him to do. Yeah.
So episode 9, we learn more about the Athena Plan, like kind of what you said. We learned that there were 26 total kids taken. They were all like orphans. They weren't given names. There were 26 total. And only 5, 9, and 12 survived. Yeah,
they're the only ones currently alive.
Yeah, everybody else died. It's because of the drug they had.
Yeah, it was it only worked on people of a certain age. And I think if it worked too well, you'd go brain dead or,
it wasn't good stuff.
No.
Also, earlier there was the case that Shibazaki basically got fired for. We learned that guy that he was investigating was part of this Athena Plan.
Yeah, that was the whole big thing.
And then we get the Ferris wheel scene.
Yes, the Ferris wheel. So Lisa's captured, and they're like, she's on this Ferris wheel, and 12 goes after Lisa. He can't leave her alone, which he sees as betraying 9 at 9's the critical moment. It's like, I can't be there for you. It's not right to let an innocent die. Like, I gotta, and again, kind of gotta think for each other.
Yeah. I mean, who would?
Yeah. Which, I mean, and he even furthers the betrayal. He can't disarm enough of the bomb in time to stop it.
There's just too many of them, and he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah. So, like, in the last, seconds, 5 is like, hey, if you tell us either what 9's doing or where 9 is or whatnot, then, we'll stop the
I think it's where 9 hit the bomb.
Oh, where 9?
I guess we learned that they didn't steal plutonium. They stole an atomic bomb.
Yeah, they stole a prototype atomic bomb.
Yeah.
They wanted to know where the bomb was, and they said it was locker 12 at the school. Yeah, that they were at there. So I
really like the Ferris wheel scene though, because it's very tense and it's again great direction, great music. Yes. It's a fantastic scene.
Yes,
just him disarming the bombs. It's really good.
It's just very meticulously done. I love. Yeah, it's a great scene. Mm-hmm. They try to get to the school. They see 9, but he's able to get away from them. Yes. I don't know where the package is.
We're going to talk about him hiding an atomic bomb in his school locker.
It's ballsy, man.
This is absolutely crazy. You couldn't think of another place to put it. What if somebody accidentally bumped it or something?
Was it a school locker or was it like a coin locker at a place?
Still.
Yeah.
It's a locker.
Yeah. What happens when Timmy gets shoved in that locker?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bomb it wasn't an atomic bomb. There's a bomb in a locker in Rail Wars.
Yeah, it wasn't an atomic bomb. It would have destroyed the whole city.
Yeah. Anyway, that's basically the end of episode 9.
Yep.
Episode 10, there is 9 surrenders to the police.
Yep.
He's like, I'm surrendering. I want to talk to Shibazaki only. They refuse to let him, but one guy who's got Shibazaki back into the game is he's on vacation. I'll take your statement or whatever.
And he sets up some demands, mainly that he wants to set up a press conference.
Yeah, he wants to do a press conference in this location at this time. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, fine. And then on the way to the press conference, 5 is trying to
intercept
him and get him. And then, I wrote car chase. Surrender and car chase is what I wrote down. In the end of it, I believe 5 sort of catches up to him.
Yeah.
But she's at this point, she's also been kind of sickly.
She's been passed out after the last episode.
Yeah. And she's I could never beat you. And then she kisses him, and then...
I thought she's I won. The game's over. I beat you. Now, good luck or something.
It's I don't know if she says she won, or... She definitely said, I could never beat you.
Okay.
So I think that was her admitting defeat one last time, but she came so close. But she's I'm going to die here. I won't have actually won.
She chases the transport. She shoots a bunch of the cops in the transport.
Yeah.
Crashes the car. Then Clarence is enough of your crap. You're just not doing the mission.
Yeah. She shoots Clarence.
And then, she shoots Clarence. It's kind of a baller scene. Cause
he's got a gun pointed at her over the car. Yeah. She shoots him through the window of the car. Yeah. It's great. They're on opposite sides of the car. Mm-hmm. Then, she kisses him, and then she there's a trail of gasoline from the car from where it had scraped in a bag or something.
She crashed the car.
Yeah, and then I think she just shot it and went out that way.
She blew herself up.
Yeah. So that's the other ship. 5 and 9 is
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't like that ship.
That's fair. I like it a little bit. I don't like it as much as 12 and Lisa, but I just like Lisa better than 5. I think a lot of people don't like 5. That's something I saw on
that
Reddit
ship
comments.
Is the Titanic. It's going to sink.
But that's I guess people don't like 5. I thought she was fine. I like 5.
We'll get into it.
Okay. And then he gets away, and it's the atomic bomb is
set off.
It's not set off at this point.
Well,
Yeah, he has a system in place where it will release
if he's
into
not,
the sky.
Yeah, basically, if he doesn't make the press conference, he set it to where it would
automatically release.
And
the time he
sets the timer.
Yeah, he sets the timer is what he tells the world.
Yeah.
But what he's actually done is he set the timer, and he's got like a weather balloon pulling it up into the stratosphere. At one point, Shibazaki is like, I think this is the second time he's like called his college daughter to like ask her like physics questions, and she's like,
"Hey, is there a way an atomic bomb doesn't kill anybody?
There's no way for an atomic bomb to go off and for it to not kill anybody." She's like, if it was really high up, they did tests on that, but it would create a massive EMP and like knock out the electronics. I don't know if she said all of Japan or all of Tokyo or.
But it's like, okay, thanks, bye, gotta go.
Okay, thanks, bye, love you, bye.
Leave the city.
The explosion goes. This is now episode 11. The explosion goes off.
Well, we learned that, and then basically all the cops are like, okay, so now we gotta like ground all the airplanes because if the EMP goes off,
those
they're all
planes
gonna
are gonna
crash.
crash.
Except the American planes because we have anti-EMPs.
Yeah, like it's like all the
Suck it, Japan.
All the planes not equipped with anti-EMP technology. How many of them are those? How many of them don't have that? All of them, but the American ones that are on standby.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, let's ground all the planes.
Yep.
And like, there's a few other things they wanted to like get, like train stopped and stuff.
All that.
But there's another tense moment. It's like, can we get all these things grounded?
Because there's like 10 seconds left, and we still got one plane in the air.
Yeah. But
bomb goes off.
Massive EMP.
No radiation because it all goes up.
Yep, it all escapes into space because that's the lower pressure area. So I'm sure that's how that moves up there.
Science. I'm not good at science.
Yep. And then it's the time skip, right? Is there
a time skip?
Yeah, it's like a year later. Is it? Or no, that's...
I don't think there's a time skip. I think they just go straight to the facility.
That's right. They go straight to the facility. They're like playing soccer with Lisa. 9 and 12 are like juggling it.
Yeah.
And
they go to the facility
where
they grew up, where they grew up.
It's run down, and then Shibazaki finds them there, and it's like, okay, I'm going to arrest you. And they're like, yep, that's fine. Yep. And then an American helicopter shows up, and it's like, we
can't let
we gotta clear all our loose ends here, so let's...
We can't let people know that the FBI was involved in this.
Yeah. So they kill 12 and 9 via helicopter.
But technically sniper, but the sniper was in a helicopter.
Yeah. Via helicopter.
The helicopter didn't kill him, the sniper did.
You're right.
Again, that was like a brutal scene.
Yeah. It's like, dang. It's like, they're all happy for a second. It's like, yeah, they got away with it.
I'm okay with the sad ending, but it's like,
oof. This is sudden. It's like, oh yeah, and now
is this the way we're going to do it? With a sniper rifle and a helicopter?
Yeah. But like, Shibazaki, like, promises Nine's like, hey, this is gonna come to light. Like, this is...
And Nine basically tells him why he did it. It's so that, I think, they did it so that people would know what happened and that they lived.
Yeah, they lived, we existed, we were people, and... You know, they can't cover it up because we made too big of a splash. People are going to be wondering whatever happened to those pink skies.
Yeah. So that was their plan all along.
Yep. So I think they were fine with dying, though. You know, obviously.
I also got the sense that they didn't have a whole lot of time left because of the drug.
Yeah. Five said something like, "Do you think they really have that much longer to live?" Hinted at it, but like she was like way sicker than them, so
I don't know.
It's quite possible they would not have lived to old age.
Yeah,
so
I think they said that's like I don't have 12 might have said it to like Lisa. It's like I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
but anyways,
yeah. So sad ending, but
but kind of happy they got
they won.
They accomplished their goal. They did what they wanted.
And then it's a year later, and they like go out. Shibazaki and Lisa both decide to visit the grave.
Yeah.
Like. She's leaving as he's coming, sort of thing,
and then we get they know everybody knows what happened.
Yeah,
they're questioning all the people involved and stuff. So that's it.
That's the show. It's 11 episodes. I think it's really good. Now you said you had a few qualms. Let's dive in.
My qualms is I wanted the show to be about Shibazaki. I want it to be centered around him solving it, and like 9 and 12 not being the main characters, but the secondary characters.
Okay, I can see that, but I think that's just because you like
those. I like detective.
You like detective shows. So.
Yeah, but to me, I feel like Shibazaki was the best character, so I wanted more focused on him because I think 9 and 12 are kind of bland.
I think 12 is kind of bland. I guess 9 is too, but he's just kind of like his character is supposed to be that stoic character.
Yeah.
Whereas 12 is supposed to be more of a jokester, but 12 just is falling a little flat.
Yeah.
I think I might like Lisa best.
Even I kind of have an issue.
But I'm with you. Shibazaki is good. I like Shibazaki and like that like younger police officer who was like, who is this guy? This guy was shunted off to archives and he's coming over and taking over, and he's like grudgingly coming to respect him and stuff.
I just feel like a lot of the characters were bland. I think even Lisa was a little bland because she didn't really do.
She's very quiet.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just like she didn't really do much.
Maybe I'm just putting more weight on the motorcycle and Ferris wheel scene than it's like, oh, I love those scenes.
Yeah, I mean the show is still really good. It's just for me. Again, I found the characters a little bland. I wanted a little bit more out of them. I didn't like 5 that much. Okay. I feel like she wasn't needed.
I thought 5 was fine. I like the...
Because you're just like, okay, so now she's the villain. Do we really need to add it to make the terrorists the good guys? It's like, I don't think that was necessary.
I saw some comments where people were like complaining. It's like, it was good until 5 came, and I'm like, well, yeah, but also that was the main characters were like smarter than everybody else. Like that's like power fantasy stuff right there. Mm-hmm. It's like but I like the struggle. I
guess they needed somebody to like give them a challenge.
Yeah,
or else I guess they would have just succeeded the way they did.
Yeah, it would have. I like that they didn't follow Shibazaki on this just because, hey, this is a story about the terrorists not being in the right. Like, the bombings are still, like, major crimes. But
they bombed, like, 4 buildings. That's not right, but...
Yeah, but it's like, okay, this is why, and we're kind of, like, we're seeing, like, we needed to follow them because we needed to know that they were trailing on the detective. Like, okay. Because if the detective was just like, well, I solved this train riddle easily, it's like, okay, it's not as interesting.
I feel like you could have still gotten that idea that they wanted to be easy. You could have like cut him and be like, they fell right into our trap. They solved the train thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they didn't want the terrorists to be the quote unquote bad guys of this.
See, I think you could have had them be the bad guys with like good intentions. I think you could have done that.
I don't know. I just... But if they didn't do that, would this show be as remembered? Like, or would it just be another detective... Would it just be another episode of Psych to you? Like...
I'm okay with that.
I'm not saying that those things don't have their place. I just think I like that this did something different.
Okay. I can appreciate that, too. I still think this is a very good show. It's just, for me, I wanted to see those maybe changes. Or...
You wanted more focus on... I can definitely agree. I can meet you halfway here and say if Shibazaki was if he was more of a focus, I would like it more. And if 9 and 12 and Lisa were a little bit more lively or interesting as characters,
or like charismatic or something.
Yeah. I mean, but it's only 11 episodes. You don't get a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the characters are missing something.
Yeah, they were definitely like. They weren't the crew, the Bebop, or the Aloha Oi. So
all your Watanabe shows, a lot of them have like that
core cast of characters.
Who are like charismatic or like
interesting
or interesting. They have something.
You got Mugen and Jin and Samurai Champloo, and then you got Crew the Bebop, or you got Space Dandy, and it's like there's.
I mean, like even Kids on the Slope, you had the drummer guy.
Yeah,
and like. The piano guy. I forget their names. I don't know. Even he had something. He was a little quiet and reserved, but he still had something. I just feel like these characters just didn't have enough character to them.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of that is
there's
a lot.
Yeah.
The Kids on the Slope is the only other show that's kind of like that I would put in this same vein because Samurai Champloo Cowboy Bebop and Space Dandy are all very episodic.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of stuff because it's not like one continuous narrative.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And then Kids on the Slope and Terror and Resonance are both, hey, these are single stories and more dramas than like actions and comedies and stuff. And then because of that, we've got a lot of like intricate, plans, and we need to put in all that stuff about the facility. Mm-hmm. I just think it's a lot more stuff got put into that side of things than it did the characters. Whereas with an episodic show, you can be like, your characters can have a lot more room to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just different philosophies in show building, I guess.
That's a good point. Because again, all Watanabe shows, you're right. His three more popular ones are all episodic, action, comedy, almost type of shows.
Yeah.
So
with Bebop being more action, Dandy definitely being more comedy, and Shampoo being a little bit in the middle there. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I'd give it a 7. You got gripes. I can agree with some of them, even if I don't want to go as far. I didn't want this to be another detective story, I guess.
I just like detectives.
Okay, well, we'll cover a detective story show at some point. We'll watch all 600 episodes of Case Closed.
Nah.
Okay, we'll watch 2 episodes of Case Closed.
What if we just watch Monk again?
We're not. Nobody else has come forward and said, let's do a Monk podcast.
Say do a Monk podcast. We're doing a Monk podcast. That's for you, audience. If you want a Monk's podcast, I'll do it.
What was I going to say? I think I want to move on to our next thing, but...
do you want to do Ship of the Week?
Oh, yeah, let's do Ship of the Week.
It's 12 and Lisa.
Yeah, it's 12 and Lisa.
Yeah. There's nothing else.
I'm fine with 9 and 5. No. I'm okay with that ship. No. I like the...
5's too crazy.
She's fictional. I can be attracted to a crazy person that's fictional. That's fine. It's a bit different in the real world. But I kind of like that enemies, competitiveness thing. I like that.
Like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith type of thing.
I've never seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I haven't either. I'm just guessing on the trailers.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. I can respect that, that hate love.
Yeah.
That's not quite there. She didn't hate them. She's just very competitive.
Antagonist, protagonist.
Yeah. It's an interesting dynamic. It could have been done better. It seemed a little tacked on.
Not my forte.
Okay. But 12 and Lisa.
12 and Lisa. Even then.
For the Ferris wheel and the motorcycle scene alone.
Even that.
Those scenes are worth it, damn it. Those scenes elevate the ship.
Okay. Best girl, it's Lisa.
Yeah. There's 3 girls.
Yeah.
And the third one being Shibazaki's daughter.
Who I would rank second, I think. In front of 5.
5's the only one that you have dibs on.
That's true.
Or do you have dibs on Shibazaki's wife, maybe?
I think you have it.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. So that's the show. We're at about the
hour
58-minute mark here. So yeah. You want to bring back this segment that we haven't done in a while?
Yep, and I still got to discuss number 7 too.
Oh yeah. Well, let's do do you want to do that first, or do you want to bring back the other segment?
Let's do my number 7 first.
Okay.
So my number 7 for my top 10 is Your Lie in April. This one has a little bit of sentimental value to it, because this is the anime I watched my first year at Edwardsville when I was all by myself and very lonely.
You weren't all by yourself. I also went to Edwardsville. I had been there for a year.
But I lived on the other side of campus. You never texted you wanted to hang out, so I was just stuck in my house with roommates I didn't know.
Well, you went home every weekend too.
That's true.
We did stuff on the weekends.
But anyways, this show's very emotional, so it stuck a chord with me. I think it's very good.
Did you watch it at the convention when I watched it?
I don't think so.
because I saw this show. It was like Anime St. Louis or something, and they just had like hey, we got like some viewing rooms or whatever where we'll be showing some episodes of anime in these rooms. And we went to one of them where Your Lie in April, they played like the first couple of episodes. I'm like, dang, that was good.
Yeah.
And then I watched it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's basically this piano prodigy kid stops playing piano because mom died and he can't hear the music anymore. And it's kind of all about him trying to get past that trauma and playing pianos again while also with having a relationship with this girl. Don't want to give too much away, but it's very good. The music's fantastic.
Yes.
If you're looking for some good music, this is good. A lot of emotional strings to it. If you want like an emotional, I want to cry show, I think this is a good pick.
And a cool melodica scene.
I don't know what that means.
That's the little like keyboard that you blow
Oh, okay, I got you.
And I like this show. It's pretty good. There's like one scene where like he's in the middle of playing the piano and he's like, I can't hear the music, and it's just like he's like, it's like I'm drowning, and I just look at that scene, I'm like, oh, I'm so deep. Oh. It does get a little corny. It's just a little like okay, those
the show's not perfect, but again, it's very sentimental to me because at the time I watched it, and again, there are some very good emotional beats to the show. I think it tells a really good story for the most part, and again, I think it's just really good.
The other thing that this show makes me think of, did they do a part in it where it's like, because you can't hear the notes, that allows you to be more creative with it?
Kind of, because I think he eventually learns like, oh, they're all colors or something.
Yeah. Well, it just reminds me of the scene in Futurama where Bender tries to learn how to cook from Hermit Sparkle, and it's like, because of your sense of taste, you can explore the essence of true flavor.
Okay.
And it's just, it always gave me that vibe.
Okay.
It's a good episode of Futurama.
Say, I haven't watched as much Futurama as you.
Yeah, no, but you didn't stay up late watching shows you weren't supposed to when you were a kid.
I was a good boy. I went to bed when I was supposed to.
I mean, I went to bed when I was supposed to. There was a TV in my room.
I didn't have a TV in my room. Yeah. I was downstairs watching Monk with my parents.
Yeah. But yeah, so number 7, Your Lie in April, very solid show. Mm-hmm. Definitely recommend that one. Okay, so we're bringing back, I don't know why I was being so coy about it earlier, we're bringing back the My Anime List game, where you have picked a show on My Anime List that you've never heard of, that I have to try to remember.
You have to remember plot synopsis / review in 60 seconds.
Okay. You got a timer for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so the show I picked was Rinne Bukun, also known as Love Tyrant.
Give me just a second. Love Tyrant.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I think I have to pass.
Oh my god.
I can't do it. Love Tyrant.
All right,
I'm going to guess that Love... Wait, is this on my seen or on my dropped or...
I don't know. I just looked it up. You gave it a rating.
I gave it a rating. That means I finished it.
Yes.
What did I rate it?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Love Tyrant. That's not the one with the Love Death Note, is it?
I don't know. I've never seen it. That's why I picked it.
Okay. I need to look at a picture of this. Oh, my God.
Oh, I got a picture.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I know what this is now. Okay. I thought it had a different name. I know what this is. I'm ready.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So, you've heard of Death Note, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so this is... Instead of having a notebook where if you write the name in it, they die, there's a love note where you write the name in it. I think they have to kiss within a certain amount of time or they die. So this...
The person who wrote it or the person who...
The names that were written in there.
Okay.
So it's like this guy, I guess, draws the attention of this god of death or whatever that has a love note. And there's like a... It's just a harem comedy.
You got 20 seconds.
There's one girl in it that's a yandere. I remember that much. Okay. It's just this one like death god like shipping people together. I don't know. It was fun. I laughed. It got me in those ways.
Sounds like your type of show.
Yeah. It's one of those shows like this is trash.
You got 3 seconds.
Love it.
That's it.
Okay. I'm like, is that Love Tyrant? Because there was something else I was watching where, like, I didn't watch all of the show, but it was like a short, like, 6-minute per episode show of like this couple were dating, but the guy was like very not abusive in public, but was just like, no, we're not friends. I don't like you. Like mean to her in public, but then was like just because it was a defense mechanism and he was shy.
Tsundere on the streets, something in the sheets.
Yes. I don't know. I remember watching a couple episodes of that and I'm like, this is not for me.
Okay.
I don't like how he's treating her in public and she's just taking it. I can't condone this.
Not when it's a man doing it to a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Double standards, fine with me.
Okay. We should probably end this.
Yes, we definitely should. So, a few notes before we end. Next episode is going to be a double feature.
Okay.
We are going to talk about the seasons of is it Please Don't Tease Me, Nagatoro?
Don't Toy With Me.
Don't Toy With Me, Nagatoro.
Yeah.
And Burning Kabaddi.
Yep.
So 2 shows that we watched the first 3 episodes of for our Rule of Spring episode forever ago. We've been watching them week to week. We're gonna after we stop recording, we're gonna watch the last episode of Nagatoro, and we watched the last episode of Burning Kabaddi last week. Mm-hmm. So we'll cover both of those episodes in the next one. We are streaming sometimes. We've been doing it every Saturday night for a couple hours here. I'm using my Twitch profile I've had forever, Demented Goku, if you want to watch us. Pay attention to the Twitter, which is at anime_territory on Twitter.
Yep, didn't forget it this time.
No, I did not. I'm going to be probably putting the stream archives up on the YouTube channel here as soon as I get around to actually uploading them. But right now we're in the middle of we started playing Chrono Trigger, so we're going to probably play through all of that, maybe intermix some Mega Man X or something else. But that's and we've had like guests on the stream too. My friend Dylan was on the first one, helped me get it started because you were working. My brother showed up on that first one because we were playing Crash and the Boys, and my brother was watching. He's like, I gotta come over and play him. I can't. I gotta show these boys what's up. But what was up was I won. So, and then you showed up at the very end of that first one.
Yep.
And then I did one by myself that I absolutely hated because I just kept dying. But that's what we're doing. We're expanding our little channel here. So
Empire.
Yeah, I was gonna say empire. I'm like, that's not the right word. It's a bit pretentious for what's going on here.
It works.
But yeah, no, tune in. I'm having fun. That's why we're doing this, to have fun. So until next time, keep watching that anime.
See ya.